Well, that's just the taste of what's coming up in the next half hour as we take a look back at some of the best bits in what has been a truly memorable year. It's taken us to all four corners of the world. We've met some amazing people with some fantastic stories. But first, let's kick off with these ones. In a moment, we've got me fishing for my lunch here in Finnish Lapland, and then Rajan gets to be the first member of the public to take a ride on Europe's tallest and fastest roller coaster. But first, back in January, Henry travelled to Turkey to explore a massive underground city recently found in the town of Nevşehir that's slowly revealing some fascinating stories about the country's history.
Wow. Look at all of this. I find it quite hard to believe that there were people living on top of here and all of this was actually hidden. And so they had no idea that this was here.
No.
That is insane. Wow, that ceiling is rather unique, isn't it? What's all this?
This is a monastery, and according to the scientists, the monastery dates back to the 6th century AD.
The winding tunnels and hidden openings offered protection from attacking armies.
Wow! Look at that. I've actually heard of this spot because all the archaeologists are very excited about this, aren't they?
This is a church, underground cave church, where the frescoes are dating back to the 12th century.
Going forward, there are plans to turn sections of the cave network into an archaeological park with art galleries and boutique hotels. Authorities hope to open it to the public in 2018, when visitors can see the excavations in their full glory.
It's minus 13 degrees Celsius today, and guess what Johanna and Auntie have got lined up for me? It's a great way to keep warm. If you're cold, do that.
Use it, yeah.
The real thrill here is actually trying to catch fish with a rod. Can I have a go? Yep. Sorry. There are fish below us swimming under 1 meter of ice. I'm keeping warm.
Well done, well done.
It's getting tougher now.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, there's layers under, so.
Ah,
yeah, no,
see, I did all the hard work and then you did a little bit.
Yeah.
I get the credit.
Give me some reindeer hide. There's a real emphasis on low-impact tourism here, which is playing a big part in protecting this fragile Arctic ecosystem. Should admire my technique here. Two yeah.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Yeah, multiple chances to get fish.
Fishing isn't just laid on for the tourists, it's a real fact of life for many of the Sami who live here. With only a handful of shops around, most fish still have to be caught rather than bought, otherwise nobody eats.
Oh, do we get a fish?
Look at that!
It's a pike.
It's a pike!
And it's been messing up my nets.
So it's fish and potatoes on Monday, potatoes and fish on Tuesday.
Yeah, Wednesday maybe reindeer bits, and Thursday again fish and potatoes.
It's a good diet.
PortAventura is a well-established theme park, Spain's biggest in fact, and they get about 4 million visitors here a year. But now they're building something that they say will take it to a different level and that will give us one of the most amazing experiences in the world. I've come to Ferrari Land, licensed by the famous car brand, just as the finishing touches are being put to the site days before the launch. There are 11 rides here in total, but one in particular is hogging the limelight as the main attraction. A velocity accelerator ride called Red Force, 2 years in the making. It's now Europe's tallest and fastest ever roller coaster, 112 metres high at a speed of 180 kilometres per hour. That's 0 to 180 in 5 seconds flat.
Can we go for it then?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, I was going to get the best views from the front. You feel the force on your face as well.
Right, right.
There's a loose bolt there. Should that be?
There's a loose bolt.
Hands up.
Yep. Hands up.
Eyes wide open. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. See if you can tell the difference.
Here we go.
Between the seasoned coaster and the rookie TV presenter. No, I knew you wouldn't be able to.
Oh, what the hell?
You know, over the past year, we estimate the travel show team have clocked up over 60 countries, travelled through 24 different time zones, countless times to bring you some of the best stories from all over the world. And here's a couple where we met some truly inspirational and remarkable people. In a moment, we'll see Rajan report from the Gir National Park in northwestern India, where he went on patrol with the real-life cat women who helped to protect the endangered Asiatic lion. But first, earlier this month, I headed to America to join disabled athletes from across the globe who had travelled to Maryland to take part in a championship that pushes them to the limit and beyond. The Working Wounded Games has adaptive athletes compete across a range of bodybuilding and weightlifting challenges.
Final photo or volunteers.
Most parasports categorise by ability, but the Working Wounded Games are different. By modifying the rules for each individual athlete, they encourage people with a range of capabilities to compete together. And one 18-year-old competitor is gathering a lot of attention. So tell me what you were trying to do.
Me and my coach are trying to figure out a way to take pull-ups because I'm not able to do it yet.
And it's mainly because of your right hand, yeah.
There's no strength in it.
There's
so,
no strength.
And when I was born, all my nerves just, got teared up.
Nora has never been able to complete a pull-up. Unless she can now figure out a way, she'll finish last in this round. This is going to be a real challenge for her, physically and mentally. Go, 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 go! Yeah! 2 in a row. How many has she done?
I'm having a scanner at where her hand
So 10. There's no let up though. It's then on to the rest of the workout. Go, Nora, go, Nora! Yay! You crying, you had tears, your coach was hugging you. Why were you so emotional? It's okay, take your time.
I worked so hard. So it's amazing when you get that back.
Was that the first time you've been able to do pull-ups?
I haven't been close.
It's Norwegian power.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
On average, the unarmed rangers cover 25 kilometres a day and have to tackle venomous snakes, leopards and poachers, as well as lions.
If they did get agitated, how would you be able to tell from the animal? How would you know if you're safe or not with being this close to the animal?
એની પૂંછડી હલાવે અથવા એના મૂવમેન્ટ ઉપરથી ખબર પડી જાય કે હવે આને એટલા દૂરથી જ એની સાથે ઊભું રહે, બાકી એને નજીક જવું આપણા માટે ખતરનાક છે. અને જે હમણાં જે આ હરણનો જે કોલ થઈ છે એના ઉપરથી પણ ખબર પડી જાય કે એટલામાં નજીકમાં જનાવર છે.
And it did get dangerous for Jayshree early on in her career here.
એટલે જસ્ટ અમારી શરૂઆત હતી જોબની, એટલે ત્યારે અમને એટલો સિંહનો અનુભવ પણ ન હતો. એટલે જ્યારે અમે ત્યાં ગયા એટલે એકદમ સિંહ અમારી ઉપર દોડ્યો એટલે અમને લોકોને એવું થયું બસ પૂરું, આજે તો ગયા જ. પણ અમે જે ત્યાંને ત્યાં ઊભા રહ્યા એટલે એ ત્યાંથી પાછો વળીને જતો રહ્યો. તેમણે અમારા ઉપર એટેક નથી કર્યો, પણ ત્યાંથી ખાલી અમને ડારો આપ્યો. અમને ખબર નહોતી કે હવે એ સિંહ ત્યાં છે.
Applications from women for these posts have rocketed, and the rangers are role models and trailblazers in the region today.
Oh, look at that mouth.
The good news is that from once being in danger of extinction, numbers have climbed to over 500. The next much more welcome problem is if the sanctuary is actually big enough for their growing population.
Up next, a couple of films that put my fellow presenters to the test. Back in September, Carmen faced her fears and took on some of Japan's more challenging traditional dishes. But first, back in January, we skipped the hotel and arranged for Krista to spend the night in a drafty English church instead. Thankfully, she survived, but I'm not sure she'll be booking again next year.
I'm here for a spot of champing, church camping. It's available at 12 historic venues around the country. Beautiful ancient sites that are rarely, if ever, used as places of mass worship anymore.
It's a very big hotel room.
Money raised from letting champers like me stay means the crumbling buildings are spared a slow, inevitable decline.
Somebody at the pub just told me that tonight is supposed to be the coldest night of the year. So that's good, as I head into my unheated church room for the night.
I've got my airbed, sleeping bag. So I've just got into bed, and it's quite comfy actually. Quite cosy given how cold it is, and I can see my breath. I'm going to try to go to sleep now and try and forget that I'm entirely surrounded by graves. It is quite cold, it's quite noticeably quite cold. I think there's a jolly good reason that champing is usually only done during the summer. Deciding to come champing in the dead of winter was a really terrible idea.
Wow, look at this octopus. This is Tsukiji in Tokyo. It's the world's biggest fish market. The early morning tuna auctions are the biggest attraction. But just the sheer range of creatures here makes for fascinating browsing.
This is all so fresh. I think I need something with a kick.
The outer market is where you can try some of the more exotic flavours. Shiokara is fish fermented with its own entrails in a salty liquid, usually made from wheat, miso, and soy.
Do this now.
Very strong.
Oh, is it?
It's really chewy. Really very, very strong.
Carmen there taking on some of Japan's more challenging tastes.
I need a drink.
So to finish off this special look back at 2017, here's a run through of some of my personal favourites of the year. And over the past 12 months, we've been so privileged to really see up close some amazing animals all over the world and meet the people who live and work alongside them. And I can't think of a better way to finish the programme than to share with you some of those stories again. Hello? Wow, look at that. That's so cute. I am amazed at how much banana a little monkey like that can eat. That monkey must have eaten at least 10 bananas.
They can eat more than 10.
The villagers here believe these monkeys are sacred. There are two types, the cheeky mona and the black and white colobus, which is slightly more aloof. Harming either species is strictly forbidden under local law, which means these villages have become a sanctuary. In fact, the monkeys here are loved so much that once they die, they're given a proper burial.
I hear the monkeys belong to the gods, so the villagers have to stay with the monkeys peacefully here. If we harm or punish them, you got the same punishment from the gods. So you have to stay with them peacefully. And that's why the monkeys are unique from other parts of Ghana.
What kind of patients do you have?
We have all kinds of illnesses, sicknesses, knife wounds, gunshot wounds. Some have diarrhea, constipation, cataract. Some had serious like cancer, tumor. The most difficult case are the victims of landmines.
For Motala, each day starts with her prosthetic leg being fitted so she can walk out for breakfast.
And there you go. It's on.
Motala walk around.
Adult females weigh just under 3 tons on average.
So I'll get her breakfast.
So the prosthetic is needed to give vital relief to her other 3 legs, which are under enormous pressure.
How long did it take her to get used to the prosthetic leg?
5 to 7 days.
The focus here is on working with elephant owners in the community to help any animal that needs medical attention.
Baby!
They also have a nursery section, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to see a newborn.
So how old is the baby?
9 days.
9 days, it is 9 days. What's the baby's name?
His name Mina.
Mina.
Yes.
It's humbling to see the connection Dr. K has with these animals, as she gives baby Mina a checkup.
It's amazing to see elephants like these that would have otherwise have died in the wild actually thrive here in the hospital. And spending time with Dr. K and Sarida and learning the ins and outs of what goes on here has been an absolutely amazing experience that I won't forget anytime soon.
I'm heading out to the desert early in the morning to experience something new that I'm told you can only see here in Dubai. It's a new twist on traditional Arabian falconry, and I hear it's going to be truly breathtaking.
Okay, we're about to release Oberon from the basket. Okay, so what's going to happen next is I've untied him. You'll see he's wearing a transmitter on his tail. That's really, I can go find him if he flies away. Okay, ready guys? Ready? Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Amazing.
Hey. Found you.
Oh, good boy.
You. Well done.
Do you want to go, bro? Do you want to try this?
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Let's try.
Oh, yes.
Peter has helped to hand rear these birds from birth, and the bond of trust between them is vital. It's clear that for him, the falcon's welfare is paramount, and months of work has gone into training the birds to get them used to the sights and sounds of the balloon and its passengers.
If practiced correctly, these birds are in good shape.
Essentially, the bird is not suffering.
Absolutely not.
What more could you ask for? Unique experience, and what a beautiful animal.
Well, that's it for our look back at 2017 here on The Travel Show. And I've had such a great time seeing even more of the world and being able to share that with you guys. And I hope you've enjoyed not just following me, but the rest of the Travel Show team too, as we explore the world together. Please make sure you join us again in 2018. But in the meantime, all that remains is for me to say goodbye from here in Finnish Lapland and join the rest of the team wherever they are in the world in wishing you a happy and healthy new year. Bye-bye.